Where Paul, where about in the world are you from?
I live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Right, yeah, you are quite far. So people are aware that who we're talking to today is Paul Lima, and he's written a book called Chronic, and it's a sick novel. Just to give you a slight insight into it, we talked briefly before, Paul, and what you mentioned, it sort of covers two different areas in one sense. Even though it's based on fiction, it tends to discuss MS and Parkinson's. Now,
In Chronic, 4 people with different maladies, MS, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, cancer, and one character is in a wheelchair, come together and they rent a flat. And so you don't see people who are sick in mainstream media, in mainstream novels, or mainstream TV. Not that often. And if they are, the focus is on their illness or disability. In Chronic, you have 4 people who are sick. I have multiple sclerosis, but these people are determined to get on with their lives. Like I'm sitting here talking to you. This is me getting on with my life. I have my symptoms. I have my headache, my fatigue, my dizziness, but damn it, I'm getting on with my life. And that's what the characters in Chronic do. So 4 people with different maladies come together and life happens, but they make it happen. Sick people are often just sort of shut away. We're told to disappear. We don't fit into the mainstream. These people are mainstream. The guy with MS, he was a speaker, he is a writer, he is a painter. The guy with the woman with Parkinson's, she's a tradesperson. She does renovations. The person with cancer is a nurse. He can no longer help heal people, but he works with the tradesperson and he helps heal homes doing renovation. And the guy in the wheelchair, he was a sprinter until he got into an accident. And so he tries out for the wheelchair racing team and he tries to play wheelchair basketball. They get on with their lives. They refuse to be shut out. And that's really what the book is about.
Right. Okay. Everything you said's true. People just assume that if you've got an illness like that, they just automatically they become ignorant and think, well, they can't do that now. That's it. So they tend.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm looking at you, right? And you're obviously an intelligent man, right? Who has the.
I hope so.
Well, you are. Well, I have looked you up. Don't worry. Do my own work. Looking. Even just your attitude itself to say, you're basically saying it is irrelevant if I've got these things because I'm still going to do it anyway. I'm still going to move forward with my life. And these things, which people label me as to be, oh, you can't do that. I'm proving to you that I can and I will, and I'm doing it. And come and have a look. I'll show you.
My wife and I have a dog. He needs to be walked twice a day.
Right.
Now, I walk with a cane, and I walk slowly. And when I walk, I have to sit every half hour or so. But I still walk my dog. I have a choice. I can sit on the couch, roll up into a ball, and just sit there and wait until I die, or I can carry on with my life. And in Chronic, the characters push and challenge each other. So when one is down and another one's up, he pushes the person who's down and helps get him back up. The main character, his name happens to be Paul. My name happens to be Paul. He's a public speaker, but he doesn't do it anymore because he suffers from fatigue. But he's pushed to take on a public speaking challenge. The guy in the wheelchair, he's a former racer. He doesn't want to race anymore. He's pushed to try out for wheelchair racing team and for wheelchair basketball. The woman with Parkinson's, she can carry heavy stuff, but she can't do fine motor stuff. So she hires a person with cancer who's got a bit of renovation background. And so he does the fine motor stuff, and the woman with Parkinson's, she carries the big stuff and sets stuff up. So they work together to accomplish what they can do. And I suppose from a personal point of view, that's what I wanted to tell the world is, hey, don't dismiss me because I have MS. Don't dismiss that person because he or she has Parkinson's or they have cancer, whatever. I'm not saying life is normal. I am saying we can get on with our lives. We do, we will.
Yeah.
I've created my own website, paullima.com, so I have MS. My fingers are still working. And that's all you need to, your fingers working and some knowledge to create a website or to write a book or to paint or whatever you do.
Yeah.
So I hope the book, A, tells people who are healthy, don't dismiss people who are sick. And it tells people who have various maladies, push yourself, get on with your life. Don't let people stop you or put you down. Isn't that the ultimate irony? I mean, people who are healthy, guess what? They're going to get old, infirmed, and feeble. It happens to all of us at different rates. I'm 66. There are people who don't live this long. I know an 82-year-old man. I know him through walking my dog. The guy is fit as a fiddle. He can dance. He can walk. He can, run circles around me.
Yeah.
We all move forward at different rates and with different abilities and disabilities. And it's got to be frustrating to have been so vital as this man was, and then suddenly not be vital anymore. And in the book Chronic, these people are losing their vitality, but they're motivating each other to continue to move forward, to do what they can do. I'm not in denial about my MS. My characters aren't in denial about their diseases and illnesses and maladies, but they're doing what they can do. And they're helping and motivating each other to move forward.
Yeah. Not feeling sorry for themselves. Certain people feel sorry for themselves. They'll say, look at what I've got. Now I can't move on with my life. Poor me. I'm going to sit here and do nothing.
Yeah. And I hope to healthy people understand what's going on with people with diseases and what they can and can't do. And I hope to help motivate people who are sick to move forward. I mean, it would be so easy for me to roll up in a ball and sit on the couch. And sometimes in the evening, all I can do is sit on the couch because I'm tired. And I have people say to me, oh yeah, I get tired too. I say, yeah, but you don't experience fatigue the way I do. And there's a difference. I literally cannot move. If you yelled fire, I couldn't leap off the couch. I'd say somebody has to rescue me or I'm going to burn. And if you were tired and I yelled fire, you would wake up. Then you would leap off the couch and run out of the house. So I want readers to see and understand the differences. When my main character, Paul, he agrees to this public speaking event, he's going to be talking to entrepreneurs, and he's afraid. He's afraid he's going to pass out. And his friend with Parkinson's and his friend with cancer are saying, we're going to be backstage. And if you stumble, we will come out and we will pick you up. They're supporting each other. And there's various aspects throughout the book where people who have maladies are in situations where they need support because they may stumble. The person with Parkinson's is getting worse and she can't do the work at all. And the person who had cancer who's doing the work says, so go out and get more business. And they're working with her son, and your son and I will keep on working. You generate business. You know, you can't do this work, you can do that work. And that motivates her to grow her business, which is sort of ironic. I can't do something, and yet I'm going to get more of it because I'm going to build an infrastructure that will enable me to get this done. And so that's what happens in chronic.
I love the title, chronic, because chronic says it all, doesn't it?
Sickness.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really good.
They are chronic. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, do you know what, mate? I think what's interesting, right? One thing MS and Parkinson cannot take away from a human being is it's like that creative process, that sarcasm, that intelligence, how to come up with that word chronic. And
Yeah.
it's so that's it's almost funny, but it's brilliant in a way because it's chronic. You can't get any worse than that, but it's a good thing. It's sort of taking the mick out of itself. So yeah,
there's
chronic.
The irony.
Yeah. I love that.
The irony is what they have is chronic, but they're not letting it stop them.
Yeah.
And you're right in what you just said. You know, like I'm sick, but my personality was developed before I got sick, so I'm still the same person. I just can't do certain things. You know.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love that because that's the thing.
Yeah.
What did they say? If we don't laugh, we'll cry. And in sarcasm and having a sense of humor, that's how you get through things. Like in life, you have to joke and take the mick out of it and say, "Yeah, I've got MS," and laugh about it. And those people, some people's attitude say, "Well, you can't laugh about it. It's serious." He goes, "Yeah, we're aware of that. So what are we going to do? We might as well have a joke about it because I can't change it. I can only change the way I feel about it and I relate to it." So you've just got to smile, haven't you? And
you have a choice, and life is nothing but a series of choices.
True.
In another novel I've written, if I can mention this, Geri, it's the LGBTQ community. 4 people living together. They're kind of impoverished, and they're trying to help each other financially. But there are people, and I hate to say it, primarily it's the white men who don't like people who are different. And so there are people who interfere with these people who are just trying to get on with their lives. And so it's like, even though Geri, it's like, if you're going to interfere with my life, I'm going to fight you. I'm not asking you to accept who I am. You don't have to accept me for being gay, but I am asking you to stay the heck out of my way. You know, so it's like they too are different than the norm, although I don't know how different they really are. I think sexuality is a spectrum, but that's a whole other discussion. And all I'm saying is, if you don't like who I am, then stay the hell out of my way so I can move forward and accomplish what I want to do. You know?
Yeah.
I will find my own community and we will build our lives together. Geri, the main character, is a stand-up comedian. It's Geri with a G, not a J. It's not Jerry Seinfeld, but it's a bit of a spoof of Seinfeld. You know, Geri is non-binary, stand-up comedian. Geri finds their own community, the queer comedy, to do their stand-up. I don't need the straight community. You know, I'll find my own community. And I think that's what both Chronic and Geri are saying is, if you have difficulty with me as a person, get out of my way. I am not hurting you. I am not harming you. I am not pushing you. I just want to get on with my life. And that's what these characters are doing, getting on with their lives. Sometimes it's a battle. It's a struggle. people get in their way, but they're saying, this is my life, this is my path, and I am going to tread down this path.
Mm. The good thing is, not everybody, but a lot of people are waking up to it. People are starting to think, wait a minute, my perception of the world doesn't mean that's the actual, the true nature of what is. That's just how I perceive it. So like you, people
That's
can
right.
do, yeah. Some people have got a problem with
That's
people.
why.
Yeah. Some people have got a problem with people doing what they want. If somebody wants to do something, let them do it. That's on them. As long as it's not hurting anybody, that's their choice.
If what I did hurt you physically, financially, emotionally, then you can have a problem with me.
Yeah.
But if what I do is moving my life in this direction and you're over there, what do you care? What does it matter?
It's mad, isn't it?
I used to think like the people, well, it just happened recently. They stormed Washington, the House Congress or whatever. I used to think, wow, did your parents raise you to be that way? And now I think, gee, I think your parents may have raised you to be that way. Your parents may have been just as narrow-minded and bigoted as you are. And so it takes going to war, and I don't mean physically fighting and kill, but I mean a kind of mental, emotional battle to say to people, hey, you want to be that way? You want to think that way? Go ahead. I'm over here doing my thing. Don't interfere with me, because my thing doesn't interfere with you. People have said to me about Geri, Paul, you've been in a relationship with a woman the last 25 years. How can you write an LGBTQ novel? I said, well, my brother's gay, my sister's gay, our child is non-binary, and back in my life, I've had both gay and bisexual experiences. So it's all come together. But Geri is not a book about gay sex. Geri is really a political statement, and it reflects my point of view, the point of view we've been sharing today. It's like, hey, this is who we are. We're getting on with our lives. Stay out of the way.
Yeah.
Or we will fight you.
Yeah. Right. We've got to wake up. And the thing is, I have beliefs and values and things, and it's like anything. People are into different things. People find, like me talking to you, I find really interesting. So, but I haven't got MS, but I'm interested. I want to know. I want to know about it. I want to know how you perceive the world, how it affects you, because that's how we grow. We have to be open-minded and learn from each other.
My outlook is, hey, I didn't ask for MS, but I have it. So the question is, what am I going to do with it? And I know people who have MS, they're in wheelchairs, they're on scooters, they're in wheelchairs. They're sicker than I am, but I don't compare our sickness, because I am sick. There's stuff I cannot do, but I'm going to do what I can do, and I'm going to work really hard at doing stuff. Now, maybe it's because before I came down with MS, I worked hard. I ran my own business. I was a writer, corporate communications. I was a trainer, trained people how to write, and I taught night school and stuff like that. I was a busy person. I can't be as busy as I was, but I'm not going to stop moving until my illness floors me. And one day it will. But guess what? We're all going to die. So it's like, live your life until you no longer have a life to live. That's my philosophy. The characters in my novels are imbued with that philosophy. Paul gives up to give his speech. He's tired. He's leaning on the podium. He thinks he's going to collapse, but he fights it. He fights it, because that's what he has to do.
Yeah, perfect. And if people want to obviously read the book, where would they be able to purchase that, Paul? Where would they be able to
You can find it at the various Amazons, but if you go to paullima.com, you'll see a link to the book. And then when you click on the link, you'll see links, like some people like EPUBs. So there are links to EPUBs. Some people like Kindles. So there's a link to the Kindle. And then there's links to the various Amazon stores where the book's available. So at Paul Lima, Lima, paullima.com, you'll see a link to the book. And then that link takes you to the various stores.
Perfect. And on the, if anyone wanted to contact you, Paul, that's where they would do it as well. They could just go there and find.
Yeah, if you go to paullima.com and wanted to email me, there's a link to my email address.
Brilliant.
And I'm pretty good at replying to email because I sit on my butt a lot in front of my computer and do social media and email and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When I'm not walking my dog.
I'm walking your dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
When people say I can't do that, I'll just say, well, Paul's got chronic things wrong with him and he's doing it. So stop moaning. You've got free will, you've got choice. Do anything you want. No excuses.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. And I just want to make this one point.
Yeah.
I know some people with chronic illnesses and diseases are so bad they literally can't get out of bed. I understand that. I'm not at that point. When I'm at that point, I won't do anything. But I'm not at that point. I am weaker. I am sick, but I can do stuff, and I'm going to do stuff. Even if I need my cane, even if I need to sit down and rest, I'm going to do what I can do. And I would ask nothing more than that of anybody. What can you do? Do it.
I would say you should be proud of yourself, but you'd probably take that. You'd say it's not about being proud, you just do it anyway.
I'm not proud, I'm not brave, I'm not bold. I'm just doing what I can do.
Yeah, you get on with it.
I don't like the fact that I have MS. Like, I don't want to give a misrepresentation.
No, of course not. Of course.
You know, I'm not happy about this, but I refuse to sit on the couch, roll up, and die. That I refuse to do. You know, I don't have to be happy about it, but I'm going to keep on moving forward as best I can.
Keep moving forward. Brilliant, mate. Appreciate that so much. Paul, we've been talking for about an hour. I don't know. So I told you, didn't I? Yeah. We could talk even more.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It does, doesn't it? See, your poor dog's. I bet your dog wants to go for a wee. It's where is it? Is it walking around?
His legs are crossed. He's saying, "Hey, don't we usually go out at 4 o'clock? It's almost 4:30 now." So yeah. So I really appreciate the interview time.
Yeah.
But I will go and take my dog for his walk. And thank you very much for this.
And you, mate, appreciate it. Good to have
met you.
And you, mate, I'll message you soon, okay? No Literally in about half an hour. All right, Paul, you take care, mate.
Great.
Look after yourself.
Okay.